Hi guys, I wanted to show you how to craft the best amulet for corrupting fever. This one's not finished, he only has the prefixes, this Grimmer's amulet. But if you're either Tornado Shot or KB, like Rutu here, the amulet is the same. You go for +2 with the multi, and then you go for other suffixes. And you want to craft on an Onyx, or if you're struggling with Dex and Int, you go for a Turquoise amulet. And you want to start by crafting on a level 82 or above Warlord amulet. You can buy turquoise for like 10c. If you want, you can use an onyx as well. If there isn't any onyx or something, you can do the vendor recipe. You can sell any amulet plus 1 gem of every color. So 1 red gem, 1 blue gem, and 1 green gem that you can buy from the vendor, and you can get an onyx. But if you're struggling with that Dex and Int requirement, go for this base. And it needs to be at least level 82, and you want to alteration spam until you hit +1 level of all physical skill gems. If you have like harvest and stuff, you can also do Reforged Fizz and try to get it with Reforged Fizz for free, or you can try to use fossils, but it's more expensive with fossils. On average, using alteration is like 60 for chaos, and if you use fossils, like 150. So yeah, there's different ways to get it, but alteration at the moment is the cheapest one. You can also buy one, but if you buy one, make sure that the only influence mod is +1 to all physical skill gems, because when you are going to awaken orb later, if it has multiple influence mods, it will get a random one. So if you buy one, make sure it's on the right base and you only have physical skill gems on it. And on the second amulet, you want a hunter base, and you want +1 to all strength skill gems. This takes more alterations to spam. So and also it doesn't have a tag. It only has an attribute tag. Actually, it doesn't even have an attribute tag because they forgot to add it. It only has a gem tag, and the gem fossil is really expensive. And yeah, basically these are the troll. You're probably better off buying it. It's like 80 chaos alteration spamming, and they're pretty cheap on the market. You can just buy one for like 75. It saves you the trouble to alteration spam. And once you got your 2 bases, your first base should look something like this, +1 all fizz, and the second base should look something like this. It doesn't matter if it has other mods, like if it has like 6 mods like this, doesn't really matter. Just make sure that the only mod that has an hunter tag is +1 all strength skill gems. Also make sure that you only have 1 influence. It's not already awaken orbed. So if you have something like this, you basically awaken orb now. I'm doing it on Craft of Exile, so I need to export the code, and I do awakener, and you do awaken, and now you have the 2 prefixes here, +1 fizz and +1 strength. When you awaken orb, always click on the bad base, which is this one, the hunter one, first, and on the good base last. So you click awaken orb, hunter base, warlord base. The item level doesn't matter, as long as you can roll the mods here, it should be fine. So for the hunter one, we said 82, and for the warlord one 82, and for the hunter one also 82. So at least 82 for both. And you will end up with something like this. If your prefix here is full, you can't really do anything about it. But if it was open, what you could do prefix cannot be changed. You could try to prefix cannot be changed, and you can either reforge life or reforge plus life, more likely, and try to get some life here, but it's kind of unlikely because there's a lot of list here. I got lucky this time, and I got life. But yeah, it can roll a lot of stuff because there's also suffixes with life on kill. So probably the easiest way would be to Iceling maybe, and you try to Iceling a prefix. And since the prefixes are full, you can't really block, so you're just straight unveiling. Also, Iceling is not guaranteed to give you a prefix. It might take you a few tries. But even if you get a really bad prefix that is like completely useless for the build, the amulet is still gonna be really, really good. You can unveil something like this. The arrow effect and air damage is gonna scale your explodey, your bleed explosion from gladiator. It's not crazy. Life would be better, but you can just get what you get. If you get life and mana regen, it's pretty good mod. But yeah, it's up to you if you want to reforge life at this step, or try to gamble with Iceling. Like in this case, I got a suffix. It's not guaranteed to give you a prefix, so it might take you a few Icelings, and I don't know if it's worth it. But yeah, probably just stick with whatever you get on the prefix, unless you want to go for like the perfect amulet, because this step to get a good third prefix might be kind of expensive. Let's say we get like a bad one like this. And then when you're on this step, the only suffix with the physical tag that you can roll on the amulet is Multi. I'll show you here. We have Hunter and Warlord influence, right? And if we exalt and we do, harvest type Fizz on a suffix, on only suffix open, if you see here, there is only Fizz damage over time multi, and there's only 2 tiers. So these are 1 in 2, because you can either hit this one or this one, T1 or T2, and there's only 2 tiers. And I think they also buffed the amulets. As you can see here, Route 2 has a... No, they actually didn't buff it, never mind. I thought they buffed the tiers. So what we do in the game here, you just craft prefix gonna be changed, and you reforge physical, and you have 50-50 of getting T1 or T2 Fizz multi, which is a more multiplier to your build. It's a really good mod. If you want to get more good suffixes and you're gonna like this, and you want to like get better suffixes, for example, on Grimrose build, you need to craft the skills, cost no mana or life while focused. If for some reason you wanna remake the suffixes, you can always do reforge, keep prefixes. On this one, sorry, I'll close this one. You can always do reforge, keep prefixes from harvest, and you can get rid of the suffixes. As you can see, the prefixes stay the same. They just keep getting rerolled. Only the suffixes, the prefixes stay the same. So if you have a problem and you need to remake the suffixes, you just do the same. Prefix cannot be changed, reforge physical, and you have a 1 in 2 of getting T1. So on average, this step costs 4x. Prefix cannot be changed, reforge fizz, prefix cannot be changed, reforge fizz. On average, it's a 1 in 2. And once you're at this step, you can, if you don't have an Iceling prefix, like in this case, we don't have an Iceling prefix, what we can do is can have multiple crafted mods with prefix cannot be changed. This blocks 2 mods off of the suffixes and makes the prefixes so that they cannot be touched. So if you Iceling in this case, there's only 3 mods that can be touched, and 2 out of 3 of them are crafted. So basically we get a free Iceling, and it's a 1 in 3 chance of removing the Fizz multi, but we can always get it back. So basically it's a 2 in 3 of removing these crafted mods, and a 1 in 3 of removing this. If we only crafted prefix cannot be changed, it will be a 50-50. If you want to save 2 exalts, you don't have to craft the 3 crafted mods, but I would probably just craft both because it increases your chances of success, and you don't want to reroll this one for 4x again in case you fail. So in this case, we remove the prefix cannot be changed, which is good, and we remove the crafted mod, and we want to block. And to see what we want to block, we go in the veiled mods and we look for something with a high weight. We probably craft any of these, endurance, frenzy, or power. So we go in our amulet and we go in banned suffixes, or we also can block attributes. If you don't want attributes, if you block an attribute here, it will block all of the attributes. It will block this mod, 600 weight, here, this mod, and this mod. So if we craft strength and int, it will block strength and int, dex and int and strength. It will block every other attribute because they're in the same mod pool now. They changed how the attribute mods work. So now they're all in the same mod pool. Or you can also block minimum power, frenzy, or endurance, up to you. And then you're ready to unveil. You probably want to go for some kind of attribute or resist. Dex and int for your build is probably nice. You can save a suffix somewhere else. But probably the best one would be attack and cast speed is okay. The best one would probably be some resists. We keep getting pretty unlucky here. Yeah, okay, so basically, either the focus cost no mana is a good mod, or some res. I would recommend going for some res. You need the skills cost no mana on the Tornado Shot version because you're using high cost with life tap and stuff on your Corrupting Fever. So you want to focus so you don't spend any life and then use your Corrupting Fever right after focusing. And that's pretty much it. So once you got your 5th mod, which is the Veil mod, you just remove the crafted mod and you just craft whatever you want. On the Tornado Shot version, if you don't have it yet, you craft the skill cost no mana while focused. And on the KB version, it looks like they don't really need that. But if you don't need that mod, you can just craft whatever you want. Maybe some res, maybe some attributes, or the minimum frenzy for more damage if you don't have frenzy generation. It's up to you, the last mod. But yeah, or you can craft some more res. That's a pretty good mod. It's really deterministic. All of the mods are deterministic. The only mod that is not deterministic is the first prefix. But if you get lucky, you can realistically get an okay tier of life. If you get somewhat lucky, you can probably get like realistic like around 50. They shouldn't be too expensive. Maybe you can just buy a prefix base and finish the suffixes yourself. They shouldn't be too expensive because it doesn't take too many reforges to hit life, at least on a usable tier. But yeah, once the prefix is full, you can't really do anything about it. You're stuck with those prefixes unless you want to gamble and try to annul, but I don't recommend that. And that's pretty much the amulet done. It's a really strong amulet. It can carry you through the whole game. And thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.